and I'd like to thank Chantel and Jonathan Bryan so much for being here today. It's absolutely amazing to be speaking to you. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? And you know, all of the inspirational work that you do. I've read the recent poem that you've done with the Diane Awards. It's absolutely amazing. You know, thank you for that. You've done an absolutely great job. And you know, your journey is just an inspiration to me and to many others. And it's just an honor to say that you're my friend and that we've spoken, because it's absolutely amazing. Um, so yeah, we are so thankful for all the inspirational work that you do for the community, the wider community, and you are a real celebrity. And yeah, so with all the advocacy and campaigning that you do, and you raise awareness, and there's so many different charities, and it's absolutely amazing. But could you let us a bit? Could you tell us a bit more about your initiatives and what you feel strong about?
Hi. Hi, Nick. I should introduce my carer, Andrea, who is holding my your spelling board. Yeah. Okay, so Jonathan sat here on my knee, and it's holding the board up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, I know that I can do what you do, because what you do is absolutely amazing. You know, so could you tell us what you feel like, what you feel strongly about? What are you trying to achieve? What are the campaigns that you feel strong about?
I am passionate that all children should be taught to read and write, regardless of their educational label.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
I hadn't been taught to read and write, by my mother, I wouldn't be able to say exactly what I wanted in this interview.
Definitely. As I said before, you're true inspiration, and you have such a powerful voice, and I think the most powerful thing anybody can have is a voice. And without spreading what you think through your words, because they can truly change someone, and they can truly give inspirational and light to so many people. And I 100% believe what you say is right, because everyone should have that opportunity to read, speak, and and just and write, because exactly what we're doing here today, we're so privileged to be speaking here today. I'm privileged to be speaking here with you, and it's absolutely just phenomenal.
I always like meeting you. I always like meeting you. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because meeting people is just a way to develop on what you've already created, especially meeting new people as well. Because you're always spreading your message and your journey to so many different people. And I 100% wish you all the best for the future, and I know that you will succeed in life. So I've had the privilege of meeting you in real life, and we met through the Dine Award first way back in 2017, which feels so long ago. It feels like yesterday, really, that we just met. And you have wrote an absolutely amazing book. I think it's turned around, but it's I Can Write, and that I've had the privilege of reading a bit of the book, and it's been absolutely amazing. I could never write a massive book like that. It will take so much dedication, and that's what you have. Your heart is truly gold, and your heart is made of gold, and it's amazing, really, what you do, and I can never do that. And the message that you spread throughout, it really reaches to so many people, and it can give them inspiration and hope to carry on and keep doing things for the better of the world. So you've wrote that movie. No, you wrote the book, and I think that you 100% should be making a movie right now, because you'd be an absolute amazing director. And I would like to know, I think, what group of people do you think inspires you the most?
My Christian family in the church. Sorry, you started answering that while you were asking the question again. Because all through my life, people have prayed for me and shown me what it is like to live with Jesus in your heart and to follow him.
Yeah. And you know, in our journeys, all of our journeys are not as more important than the other because we all have a story to tell. And those people that come along with our journeys and that help us go that extra step, we'll always be thankful for them in our lives. And you know, we have to respect each other's beliefs and what we campaign for or what we think. And yeah, 100%. You know, I'm sure the Christian family around the area that you live have given you so much support, and it's very deservedly because you deserve all the support that you get. Because what you're doing is absolutely changing the world for the better. Um,
What's amazing is that some people pray for me who I have never met. The no, not the yeah.
well, yeah, that's just great, and you deserve it all because you know you've done so much for the wider community, and it's only time that we give back to you as well. And you know, I'll be doing all I can to spread your message and your journey because it's really doing for the better. And yeah,
That you are right. No, no one is more important than anyone else. And sometimes the disabled or community need to remind people of this.
yeah, and we have to keep keep persevering. We have to keep doing what we love most. And what we love most is trying to make this world a better place. And that that brings me on to my next question that I really wanted to ask you because you're such a you're so clever and you're more clever than me, I'll tell you that. And you know, do you think that people have enough awareness of your medical condition? And do you think enough's being done to try and like make it be heard of? Because I know that there are quite a few people on the planet that haven't heard of it before, and I know you've had a petition. Could you please explain a bit more about
I think the trouble is when you don't talk in a conventional way, people assume you are don't open your eyes on me. Ooh. Why have you got a giggle? It's very hot today. Is it hot with you?
Yes, scorching. We've got new fans as well. It's just absolutely boiling. Can't believe.
Okay, so I think the trouble is when you don't talk in a conventional way, people assume you are stupid.
Yeah.
And my petition is that all children are taught to read and write, regardless of their educational label.
Yeah, definitely. Because you said that before as well, and because as you so wisely said, if we don't speak in a certain manner, you are perceived as you are undermined, and you're not seen as smart, and you don't get judged equally. So that's 100% correct that we all have to have equal opportunity to learn and try and maximize our capabilities of becoming better than we already are academically and mentally as well. And we have to keep learning and keep striving, and we have to seek out. I know people like you are doing an amazing job of giving the help to other people that definitely have not had that backgrounds where they could get it themselves. But also a massive part of it, you have to persevere yourself. You've been given that platform, you've been given that help, but you have to actively seek out to try and become better than you already are. So you've done the first step and that major step, but there's definitely needs to be more added onto that as well. So thank you as well. So I know you're very busy, so I'll try and make this my last question. But this question's quite big, so it might need a bit longer of an answer. So what changes would you and your amazing family, what changes would you like to be done in the world in order to benefit and include everyone? Because we're kind of in this massive community, and equality is a thing that needs to be sorted on so much. So, what would you change about the world?
I would love to see the same educational
Yeah,
opportunities for all, including disabled children and the and the non-verbal, like myself. Is that? I think if the world had good education for all, it would be a fairer place.
Definitely, I think many people in the world take education for granted as well.
What would you change, Nick?
Well, you've said such wise words and you've done absolutely amazing on this interview. Education is a thing that we take for granted. But the thing that I would change is, I've asked this question quite a lot of times to many different people. We've all had our different views because we all campaign for different things. But, um, the thing that I would change about the world is people's mindsets. Because normally there's something in our brains that are embedded somewhere saying, and you judge that person by some first impressions, like you look at them, then you judge them by the way that they look, saying, oh, they maybe had that academically smart, or they might be evil, or they might be good, and I don't think that is something that I definitely stand by, because I think my campaign is, um, don't judge people by the way they look. You always have to know them deeper in that sort of manner. And, I've got to know you and you've got to know me. And, you're an absolutely amazing person. And I'm so glad I've got to know you. And, I think, yeah, the thing that I would change about the world is people's mindsets and that they don't judge people by the way that they look.
Good answer, but very difficult to do.
Because people have like this thought embedded in their brain, and it's kind of something that's become like normal, judging people by the way they look, and bullying's become normal. And that's just definitely something that I feel strongly against. And
you should hear strangers approach me like a toddler.
yeah,
Then when we get my spelling board out, they start to realize I am not to be patronized.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, this world is, it's very different, you know. We all have our different mindsets and we all want things to be done. But I think there was something that Gandhi said, and you know, you've got to be the change that you want in the world, and that is something that's absolutely, it's very wise words, but it should be something that should become normal to us. You know, we all have our different mindsets, but we have to actively seek out to be that change. We have to stand out. We have to be that person that will be remembered throughout history for all the good that they do. And, you know, especially what you,
Jonathan just said, but we can all make a difference.
yeah,
And you were speaking. Yeah, I think you're
yeah,
both on the same page.
yeah, we can all make a difference because we're all equal. We have that equal opportunity if we seek it out. And, you know, yeah, definitely. We all are.
Spreading love and kindness is so important.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so this final question that I have for, I think it's probably more for Chantel to answer this because I know my mum's had so much to say on this, but you know all about doctors and how they can actively seek out and make a child's you know. My mum didn't know anything about CMN when I was first born, so she was kind of in that dark spot and she didn't know much about it. So, you know, I would like to ask you, do you have any advice for all the parents out there who might have a child with a condition that they know nothing about? And what would you say to them and how to cope through it and how to persevere like you did?
Gosh, Nick, I think of the photo and I sat here listening to you ask Jonathan questions. That's difficult, isn't it? I think I would say don't panic. There's probably there's usually information out there, or the doctor's able to give information, but also there'll be other families who've been through, if not exactly the same thing, something similar when it comes to diagnoses. And there's something about meeting other people who are going through it or been through something similar to you, who are able to say it's all right, you'll get through this stage, you know, of whatever it was. So when Jonathan was little, he had dialysis before he had a kidney transplant, and we were going down to Bristol. It was about an hour and a bit from home. We were going down 3 times a week to be on a dialysis machine. And it was quite hard work. But there were people around who said, don't worry, he'll get his transplant and then you'll get through this bit. And I think having families and other people who've been through it. I would say it's okay to be upset and to be sad, and it's important to let emotions out rather than bottling them all up and keeping them for later, because I don't think that's ever healthy. The mistake I made quite early on was that I quite like to do everything myself. So people would offer to help and I wasn't very good at accepting it, but actually people offer to help because they want to help, and that's fine. It's fine to say, actually, at the moment, I'm struggling a little bit and please could I have some help? And later down the line, you'll have the opportunity to help other people as well. So it's not like, but there's no shame in accepting help if you need some. And I would say that that God loves us all. He loves us all just as we are. He made us and he loves us, and our worth isn't, I think so much of our society puts worth on whether you're bright, whether you've made money, whether you've, got a job, all these kind of things. And actually God loves us, and he loves us all equally. It's not dependent on what we're able to achieve. And Jonathan taught us quite early on that actually to love and to be loved is the greatest thing in this world. And you can have that with a child with any kind of special need or any kind of illness, that actually that loving and being loved is the most precious and wonderful thing. I think that's probably it. Was that okay?
And if there's one thing that I've really understood in this interview, it's people like you and Jonathan are really a gift to this world, because it's such a rare thing to stand out and be your own person and you try and help others. It's such a rare thing these days, and only a fraction of the world's populations are able to do that. But as you said, God loves us all equally, and we can do anything that to our minds content, as long as we persevere and we become that bigger person and we actively try and make a change for the better. And so, yeah, I would also like to thank you so much for this time that you spent with me, because time is very precious, especially in the situation that we are now in this world. It's such a dark moment, but people like doctors and carers have done so much for the entire population of the world, and they're definitely a massive part of who I am today, because there were doctors out there that were really giving me advice, comforting me, because there was kind of like a phase in my life where I realized that my CMN was bigger than I realized before. So yeah, I'd like to thank you and Jonathan so much for being here today. It's been absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. It's always lovely to see you. And I wish you all the best. With your kindness and art and interviews.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry I have shut my eyes
Yes.
a lot, but I was listening, and it's ridiculously hot
Yeah,
today.
you've done absolutely amazing. Don't ever be sorry for who you are, because what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and you be who you want to be. So don't ever be sorry for that. And yeah, it is ridiculously hot. And so it's been amazing speaking to you, and thank you so much.